This song is here to remind you that you're never alone.
What goes in your heart today, it matters more than words that fade away. Like sunlight paints the world always, don't hide your eyes, disguise a beautiful day. Don't be a one-man show and go ahead and share the love you hold inside. Don't think twice, don't think that you're alone. You're alone, you're not alone. When you know the key is to share the love. Not alone. To find a heart that beats like yours, just give your heart to anyone in need. Spread the word, share the love, it's changing all that it can be. Don't be a one-man show and go ahead and share the love you hold inside. Don't think twice, don't think that you're alone. You're alone, you're not alone. When you know the key is to share the love. Not alone. You're not alone. You're not alone.
Well, good morning. Welcome to Agape. If you're joining us for the first time, know that agape means unconditional love. Martin Luther King said, the love of God operating through the human heart. And that's what we do here. We love, which means we accept you. We accept you just like you are. And what we teach at Agape is a practical spirituality. That's right. We teach a practical spirituality, something that you can use every day to change your life. And we're centered in the teachings of the science of mind, just so that you're clear about where we are. But if you're out there, wherever you are, do me a favor and check in. Put down the city, the state, the country that you're watching from. Say hello to people, but check in. Give me a heart. Give me a thumbs up. Do something. Social media loves when we interact with it. So I highly ask you to do that, to support us by giving us that extra love. So here we are today. It is what? Here in the United States, it's July 4th, the 4th of July, our Independence Day. But you know what? While we're celebrating independence from the British, I'm going to ask you to think about celebrating independence in a different way. Establishing your freedom to choose, your freedom from the past, your freedom from the collective consciousness around you. Your freedom to think for yourself, to create for yourself, your freedom to be 100% responsible for your life. Do you realize that your thought process changes your experience, which means it's not what happens to you, it's what you perceive it to be, what you think about, what you do, and only you are responsible. Are you willing to accept that you have the freedom to see life in any way you want? Are you willing to accept that you are no longer a victim, but you can be free of being a victim by reclaiming that power that is within you? This is what we talk about at Agape each and every week, because we understand that the thing that we as human expressions of divine love, of expressions of the infinite, the thing we value together more than anything else in life is freedom. And yet most of us have given it up, and we have become unconscious with the way we think and how we use a power that is responding to us. We'll talk about that more as we get into today's talk. But right now, let's slow us down. Let's go into a little bit of a guided visualization. And I invite you to get comfortable in a nice, comfortable seated position with your back straight, your hands gently resting on your lap. Bring your awareness to your breath. And fully realize that with every breath that you breathe, you are breathing in life. Life is entering into you, nourishing you, and then on the exhale, life is purifying you. Not only can you use the breath to nourish and purify the body, you can use the breath to nourish and purify your mind. And so that's what we do. We consciously breathe in life. We consciously breathe out anything that could be blocking a deeper, more full expression of life. Simply breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. With every breath, feel yourself becoming more and more and more relaxed. So your body's sitting there in a complete blissful state of relaxation. And now, let your mind go deeper. And we let our mind go deeper by becoming unattached to any thought that enters. To stop doing any analyzation of any thought, idea, person, place, or thing. We simply become the observer, and we watch the thoughts move in. We watch the thoughts move out without getting attached. It's just a simple movement, because there are infinite thoughts. You cannot stop the thoughts. They will always be happening, but you can become the observer. And as the observer, it is easy now for us to realize that we have a body and we have a mind, but it is not who we are. We are so much more than the body. We're so much more than the mind. In fact, we are the masters of the body and the mind. We realize there is the seen and the unseen. There is the known, the unknown, and the unknowable. And so much of us, we don't know. And that's what makes life exciting, is working in the unknown. And so we open our minds, we open our hearts to a deeper, more full experience of life itself. And as we open it up, we free ourselves from limited and limiting thought patterns. limited and limiting emotions, limited and limiting ways of acting, we open up to the possibility of new, of that which is yet to be expressed and experienced. And in this state, we are totally and perfectly free. We are home. This is the nature of life and who we are. So embodying that, we take a moment and we give thanks. Great thanks for the realization, for the truth. And what we do now is we just let it be in gratitude, because we've implanted the seed within the soil that will grow whatever we plant into it. And we trust by being in gratitude that that seed now demonstrates in our lives. And so start bringing your attention back to this day, to this time, to this place. Gently start to move your body, open your eyes, and become fully connected with this perfect now. So if you felt a little bit freer, in the comment section, describe the number of freedom on a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being totally free. Write a number in. How do you feel after hearing and allowing yourself going into the depths of that visualization? Let me know. It helps me tomorrow or next week when we get together again. So today I'm going to continue with part 10 of how to use the science of mind. And I'm going to talk about the time element in treatment. But let's start off where we start off every part of the series with a statement. There is a creative power that is everywhere present. It is always responding to the nature of our thoughts, and we can consciously choose how we use it. So we're acknowledging there's a creative power. We're acknowledging that this creative power is everywhere. It's all powerful. It's all knowing. It's always been, always will be. It's right where we are. It is the nature of life, and that our thought patterns are received by this power of creation. And that power of creation creates exactly the mental image that we put into it, because the mental image that we have is our choice. It's like this week I came up with this whole thing that you cannot separate mental and physical clutter. If you have physical clutter in your life, chances are you have mental clutter in your life. And when there's clutter, what does that cause? It causes blockage. If you've got physical clutter, you can't move as freely. You've got too much clutter going on. If you've got mental clutter, guess what? You can't think clearly. There's too many things going on in your mind. If you're holding on to too much of the past, you're stuck. Clutter makes you stuck. And that's the beauty of what we're talking about today. We're talking about the time element in demonstrating. You see, as a spiritual practitioner, we are always functioning in the present. In the present moment. That's who it is. The practitioner is always functioning in the present because truth is immediate. Truth is not in the future. Truth exists in the now. So every time we do a spiritual mind treatment, every treatment must incorporate a consciousness of completion, of perfection, of fulfillment here and now. So if I'm treating for myself, I declare that I am abundant. In this very moment, abundance is flowing in, through, and as me. I am living an abundant life in this very moment. All that I need is made known right here, right now. I am not putting anything off into the future. As a practitioner of the science of mind, I understand that when I'm doing spiritual mind treatment, I am treating it as if it is already done now, because in spirit, there is no time. It's only in the human mind that we buy into what is the illusion of time. In the divine, it is the eternal here and now. If our consciousness only functions in a future, it automatically delays any right action. In other words, if you're always thinking about when this happens or when I get there, you're actually delaying the result, the demonstration in your life. Because you're telling the law what? It's in the future. And the law says, okay, let's leave it in the future. That's why we declare it now. When a practitioner treats someone other than themselves, the result of their knowing produces a corresponding result in the other person's consciousness. This is really important to understand, that as you move up in the level of awareness and you start doing treatment, spiritual mind treatment for others, what you understand is there is only one mind. That mind is God's mind. That mind is perfect. That mind is my mind. That mind is everyone else's mind right now, always. So when I'm treating for Stephen, I know within my mind the truth that Stephen is a healthy, vibrant, young male man experiencing life to the fullest. And if I know that in my mind, it is known in the infinite mind. And if it is known in the infinite mind, it is known in Stephen's mind at the very same time, because Stephen's mind is part of the infinite mind. And what is known in one part of the infinite mind is known in all parts of the infinite mind. And that is why spiritual mind treatment or prayer works. The only way it won't work is if the person I am treating for is denying the possibility of that experience. But if that person is open to the experience will demonstrate. A practitioner couples knowing with acting. The two cannot be separated. You see, you cannot know something and act in non-alignment. When you know something, you act in alignment. If you know that lifting greater weight makes you stronger, when you're acting, you're in the gym or wherever, and you're lifting greater weight. You cannot separate the two. And here's the thing. Let's talk about this idea of weightlifting, because it's real important. And we're talking about the time involved in demonstrating. And we in human form, we want a demonstration right here, right now, immediate. I'm going to give you an idea of how this works using a real concrete physical example of my life. 2 years ago in August, not quite 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago in August, I joined a gym. And this gym is owned by one of our community members. And this gym has special machines. And these machines don't have weights, but they have motors. And these motors are controlled by computers. And so whatever exercise you're doing, the computer is measuring your strength. It is recording it, and it doesn't lie. So there are 4 primary exercises that I did. A chest press, a shoulder press, a back pull down, and a back row. Those 4 exercises. In 2019, I did it, and when I came in, I've been exercising in a gym. I was strong, I was fit, and I did the best I could. And the idea is every week that you go in, you do the best you could. You can, the best you can. You always do your best. Put full energy, and the machine measures it. So realize, in the last 2 years, I didn't have a smooth going. I broke my wrist. I had to have surgery on my wrist. I couldn't lift for over 3 months. Then I got back into it. What happened then? I broke my hip. I had surgery 2 different times. I lost months and months. But I'm back now and I'm lifting. And what we did is we did a measurement. I did a full all-out workout, all 4 exercises. After I finished, we looked at what was my max today and what was my max 2 years ago. On the chest press, I had an 80-some% increase in what my strength level was. On the military press, the shoulder press, over 100%. On the low pulley roll, 108%. On the lat pull down, 88%. We forget that if we are persistent and consistent at something, we will get better and better at it. But we look at things with too much of a narrow vision, a narrow sight. People start meditating and 3 times they say, oh, I'm not going deep enough. No, you meditate every day, every day, every day. You see, if activity does not follow the thought, the knowing, the practitioner will have to know that their work is not being done correctly, and they must continue to treat until a demonstration is experienced. Because treatment, this is what I've come to understand. Treatment is not just verbally saying the words. It's not just feeling it. Treatment is knowing the words, saying the words, feeling the words, embodying the words, and following it with like emotions and actions. You can't separate them. And you see a practitioner, whether they're treating for themselves or they're treating for others, will continue to treat until a complete knowing and a demonstration has taken place. The practitioner never stops the treatment until they know and see the demonstration. And theoretically, there's no reason why the first treatment should not meet any situation, provided there's a complete realization. Because realization, demonstration, equals accomplishment. Here's the key. There's only one treatment given. However, it may last 10 minutes or it may last 10 months. It depends how quickly we accept it, how quickly we change our belief structure. It is when a treatment is complete that the demonstration is made. So if you say treatment doesn't work, it simply means you've not treated enough. You've not embodied it enough. You've not really built the belief that's aligned with the demonstration you're seeking. There's more work to do. And you and I, as practitioners, must train ourselves to come to complete conviction about every treatment we do. And when we get to that conviction, we forget it because we're living as if it is already done. We let go. And when we let go, we're telling the universal law that we know it is done. In other words, if you're worrying about something, you've not let go. You've got to go back to doing more treatment. If you're worrying about your health, you need to go treat some more. It's when you stop worrying about health that the body is able to do its healing, because the stress is eliminated and the body is functioning at homeostasis. Each treatment executes itself at the level of awareness of the one giving it. My treatment will demonstrate for me at the level that I'm giving it. It will demonstrate for you at the level that I'm aware of it and at the level you're willing to accept it. You see, whether or not a treatment is accepted by a person being treated for, it's not my concern or a practitioner's concern. That's the responsibility of the individual the treatment is for. And a practitioner must come and forget it, must say it, must speak it, must forget it. You see, spiritual truth is always greater than any condition a practitioner may deal with. And our job is eternally to demonstrate more, eternally to do more. In other words, when you plant the seed, when you plant the prayer, when you say the treatment, don't dig up the seed. Don't speak other than in the direction of what you want. This is where most people make the mistake. They do a spiritual mind treatment or they have one done for them, and then they start talking about how it's not in their lives. If you're treating for a perfect partner, and then you're with your friends and you're saying, I don't have my partner, you're digging up the seed. Act as if it's already done. And then here's the most important thing. Live in gratitude as if the demonstration were already received. In other words, you're living in gratitude for a received demonstration right here, right now. That's the work. That's what we talk about, using the science of mind. It is a powerful understanding of the creative process, but more than the understanding of the creative process, it's actually using it persistently and consistently every day of your life. If you want to be a master of life, a master of love, a master of spirituality, it's not something you do once a week. It becomes a moment-by-moment lifestyle. But let me tell you, the rewards are worth the commitment and the effort. And I have all the faith in you that you can do it once you decide. Go ahead. Prove me right. Commit to it and create the greatest life you can ever imagine for yourself. Let us pray. So right here, right now, I know that there is an infinite power, an infinite presence. It is right where I am. It is right where you are. It's right where everyone is. I know that there is no limitation to this power. I know that it can do anything. The past is irrelevant. There is no limitation. There is no boundaries whatsoever. And what I also know is I am one with this power. This power is functioning in and through and as me 24/7. It is functioning in and through and as you and everyone else 24/7. Every moment it is responding. And so I claim that power, but as I speak my words right here and now, know that I embody this truth. I embody this power. And I see the clarity within me being as clear within you and with each person who is listening to this talk, that the clarity of knowing this power is there. And with that clarity, the use of this power becomes a joyful, magnificent expression. It is not work, it is creativity. And there's nothing greater than creating. There is so much joy because it is our natural state. This prayer is simply affirming truth that has always been there. This prayer there is to awaken within me, awaken within you. The truth. There is one. It is individualized itself as you and I, and it is fully responding to the nature of our thought. And we are free in every moment to use it consciously or let it work through us unconsciously. The freedom is God, infinite intelligence, doesn't care. Because by not caring, it is accepting. And accepting, it is pure love. So having embodied this truth and knowing that it is put into the mind, the infinite mind, and it is there for everyone listening, with an open heart, this truth can be embodied and implemented in this very second. Knowing this to be true, I go into gratitude and I give thanks. I bless these words. I bless the actions. I bless myself. I bless each individual. I bless all of life. And in gratitude, I let this prayer go because I know it is done. I rest. I allow. and so it is. Amen. Well, thank you. If you enjoyed this message, I would kindly ask that you give to Agape, that you support us by making a donation. There's a tab in the Facebook link below or in the YouTube tab, or go to agapespiritual.com. Your money, your energy that you give to support this, we're using to expand this vision, to bring it to you each and every week. More than that, we're bringing it to you every day. So please be generous. Support us as we continue to unfold this message that is so needed in the world right now. So needed in the world right now. So I want to share with you this. Classes are about to start, and you're welcome to take a class wherever you are in the world. They'll be starting next Sunday at 1:30 in the afternoon Central Time. It will be The Millionaire Mind. We'll be using the book by T. Harv Eker. So if you're interested in getting wealth, this is the class. I also will be teaching The Millionaire Mind on Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m. So you have the opportunity to either take the class on Sundays or on Tuesdays. I believe it's 5 or 6 weeks. It's not a long commitment, but I'd highly suggest, if you're interested in abundance in these times, trust me, this will give you a clearer insight, and you'll be able to demonstrate in your life at a higher and higher level. Also, if you are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, next Saturday, I will be speaking at the Plano Holistic Festival, which is at the Plano Convention Center. I'll be speaking at 3 p.m., and I'll be talking about debunking the myth of love. And it's going to be interactive. So if you're interested in being with me and talking about debunking the myth of love and getting clarity on that, you're welcome to join me. The art festival is free. The Holistic Festival is free. And my talk is free. Come out and meet me. If you haven't seen me, meet me. Love to meet with you. If you already know me, love to give you a hug. See you again. So all the activities at Agape, you can find on the Agape website, agapespiritualcenter.com. We do meditations every morning. I have a thought for the day every day. We've got community gatherings on Wednesdays. I want to invite you to plug in and become a part of this community that is worldwide, that teaches love, practical spirituality, and the power that exists within each of us and how to use it. Go create your best day, because until you do, you're not going to be living up to your potential. And until you live up to your potential, you're not going to be happy. Be the best you with no limitation. And until next time, know, no matter who you are, what you do, I love because I accept you just like you are. Until next time.